I can't get it in a minute, but
Actually, it's more like.
I have to check. Do you remember how to do this? If I give you 2 points, and I tell you to find me the slope of the line between those two coordinates, how do you calculate slope?
Y equals X plus Y.
That's how we write the equation. That's next class.
X minus X over Y minus Y.
Is he correct? He said X minus X over Y minus Y.
I thought it was Y over X.
I got Y minus Y over X minus X.
Y minus Y.
Think about which variable rises.
Y.
Y's rise, Y's go up and down.
What did you say, Cal?
So yes, it's Y minus Y over X minus X.
We don't have to put 2's and 1's, do we?
If I ask you to write that formula, yes, because that indicates that they are 2 different coordinates. It's coordinate number 2, coordinate number 1. It tells you that you're working with 2 different coordinates. Subscripts are important in math and science. Don't drop them.
Not Miss Thomas.
He said we drop it, there's no point in having it.
I'll show you why next class. Okay, so subtract it. Now, does it matter which order I subtract them in?
Yes.
No.
Halfway.
So, it depends on if you want to negative.
Whatever order you subtract the y's in, you have to do the x's in the same order.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter if you do the left hand minus the right hand or the right hand minus the left hand, as long as you do both the same.
As long as you do it.
So, which way do you want to do it? -3 minus -9?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. -3 minus -9. Beware of your negative sign.
-3 plus 9.
So yes, that's going to make a plus.
So that's
Hey,
6.
don't do that yet till you do the bottom.
Okay. They're already ahead of me. Alright, now do your x's. What order do I need to do the x's
2
in?
minus 4.
They would have to be 2 minus 4, which would be, which means my slope is
-3.
-3. Boy, did we blow you out of the
I
water on
feel like
that
I'm
one?
learning more sitting in the front row.
You actually probably pay attention.
Probably do pay attention.
Oh.
Okay, so you got a few problems like that. I just need to show you examples of a couple problems you're doing so you know what the instructions mean. Next one is going to be, I'm going to give you line 1, and I'm going to tell you the slope is -2, and I'm going to give you line 2, and tell you the slope is 3/4, and I'm asking you which is steeper. So in other words, which has a sharper angle?
-2. Obviously, negative.
Line 1.
Okay, because my question is, does the negative matter if you're talking about how steep it is?
Yeah. Well,
The negative just indicates whether it's going up or it's going down, but that's really not affecting how steep it is. It's the slope itself that's affecting how steep. So all you need to look at is which is the bigger number, 2 or 3/4.
3/4 is not just the biggest number because it's positive.
I'm saying ignore the negative.
Well,
So then 2 is going to be a steeper line. Doesn't matter what direction it's going in, just that it's steeper. So the larger number, ignore the negative. So it would actually be then line 1 would be your answer on that. Okay, did I blow your thoughts on that one? Lose your mind on that one, okay. You also have a question about parallel and perpendicular lines. What can you tell me about the slopes of parallel lines? If 2 lines are parallel, what would their slopes be?
what?
I have no idea.
Parallel lines?
1 and 2.
No, 1.
Somebody back there said it. If I have 2 lines that are parallel, yeah. Parallel lines.
I thought you wanted a number.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Parallel lines have the same slope. The slope of the first line equals the slope of the second line. Okay, now, what's the scoop with perpendicular lines? Opposite what? Okay, if you tell me they're opposite slopes, that means you're telling me that if you have a line whose slope is 2, its opposite is one whose slope is -2. Are those 2 perpendicular? Because opposite.
No.
It's the opposite reciprocal.
Thank you.
I knew that.
Are you writing this down?
Yes. Yeah, but I can't be here.
So if the slope of the first line is 2, what would be the slope of the perpendicular line?
-1/2.
Because you have to flip it over and change the sign. So yes, you would get -1/2 would be your perpendicular slope. Okay, is that a big revelation to you?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm not even sure what we're talking about.
Go in the back, Blake. I'm gonna throw it thing.
Are you serious or not?
No, I got it all.
Okay.
done.
All right, your last question, last problem. Okay, the book labeled these challenge problems. This is not that hard to be labeled a challenge problem. This is common sense. So do not flip when it says challenge problem. Okay, you have a line. It passes through these two coordinates.
Whoa.
You know its slope is 4.
Are we gonna have a lot of word problems this time? I dislike those a lot.
Not a lot. Some will occur in this chapter.
Oh my God.
My goal in this class is to get you so that you see word problems all the time. I'd love to have you have a couple every day, just so you get to the point that, oh, it's a word problem, no big deal.
Well, if you give me used to it, it's no big deal, but right now I dislike them very, very much.
Okay, so this is not difficult, you just have to think about it. They gave you two coordinates. It's just weird that the coordinates have k's in them. You're supposed to solve for k. But they told you slope. What slope? How do you slope is right over run, or you have coordinates. How do you calculate slope? The slope formula, would you all just tell me it's y minus y over x minus x? So fill it in. What's the slope we know? 4. Okay. Subtract the y coordinates.
Do 2k first. No, 2k
6 minus
first.
2k.
Because then it'd be k plus 3 on the bottom.
It doesn't really matter. You're gonna fight it out, guys.
Minus 6.
No, 6 minus 2k.
2k minus 6.
I hear I'm getting more votes for 6 minus 2k.
Oh, just one
Guys, you got another one up here, Sam?
You don't know what you're doing. I know.
All right, what's the bottom one gonna be then?
Honestly,
K plus
If we did 6 minus 2k, we went from right,
k minus 3.
K
Plus
plus
3.
Negative 3.
which would make a plus.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me rewrite that just to make it clear. Now, you have to solve for k. We have to do algebra here. We have to solve for a variable. I need to get rid of that off the bottom. I can't solve in a fraction. How do I get k plus 3 off the bottom?
Times by k plus.
You times by k plus 3.
You're good,
Absolutely. Yes, indeed.
Yes,
I'll have that one too
indeed.
going over there.
It's obviously 4k plus 12 equals 6 minus 2k.
That is 4k plus 12, and it equals 6 minus 2k, and now you just need to solve for k. So I'm going to move my k's to the left.
Yes, because you don't want negative k.
So I would have 6k, and if I subtract my 12 to the right, equals -6, so then that gives me
Negative 1.
k is -1. Ta-da! Not that hard.
That was so
Wasn't that bad.
sympathical.
All right?
Sympathical.
So don't flip when it says challenge problem. It's not anything that evil.
Oh,
Okay.